Hello everybody and welcome to the official stream of Distant Worlds 3. We are here at the wonderful racetrack called the Great Wall of China at Waypoint Carrier Alpha, the first sort of proper waypoint, if you think about it that way, within Distant Worlds. This is an unconventional waypoint, having travelled from the launch system by carriers here. So we are going to go SRV racing, and this will be what you'll be hearing about the stream. As you can see, the SRV is already getting ready, and hopefully we'll have some action. Okay, great. Now, let me see. We do have one more commander to wing in, I think. Can people please shut their SRV lights off and ship lights as well? It definitely helps with the frame rate for everyone. Helps to keep the incidents together and kind of vaguely sane. Well, as sane as it gets anyway. We have one more commander joining now into this. I'll try and wing in a couple more people while I'm here. I have to get back into the ship to do that. But yes, bear with us a second while we try and build the instance for the race. Most of the people are already here, but we are trying to get a couple more before we get going. Commander Koic, I have sent you another team invite. Hopefully you'll get that one. Seems to be a slow day for this generally, so we can cross our fingers and hope for the best. Strange. Yeah, it can happen that way, as you say. Yeah, it's a slight long shot, that one, but it can happen. So yeah, if you want to give that a whirl, please do. In the meantime, I'll try and organise the wonderful commanders and their SRVs together here. Okay. Right, the idea for everyone listening in the stream is we're going to have an SRV race here on the... there's two names for it, really. The Great Wall of China is one, patrolling the wall is the other, scouted by Kit Austin, who's running the event with me this evening. And it is a beautiful little place here. Oh, someone just crashed into the ground. It's an SLF by the looks of them. But yeah, fingers crossed we should be able to bring you an SRV race relatively shortly. Unfortunately, the game does not seem to be cooperating very well with various different sort of team invites and whatnot, as it sometimes does. I must say that to any of you out there who are watching the launch, that went about as well, or even better actually, than anyone anticipated. I mean, I think almost everyone who knew what happened on Distant Worlds 2 was sort of anticipating the servers to crumble, or at least have an issue, but they did not, and I'm very thankful for it. Some people in chat have been talking about landing on the World of Death. Yes, that is a very interesting adventure. I recommend it for anyone who hasn't done it already before we leave this part of space. It's a great system, dangerous system, but yeah, if you can make... If you want to have an adventure to make your way down to the planet, please do. It's spectacular, and there aren't many places like that in the galaxy. Okay, right, I think we can start to get the ball rolling on the race today. Right, okay, everyone remain in your SRVs. Whoever's got the lights on, please turn it off because it doesn't help. Okay, I'm going to have to try and form the start line now for this. The idea is that I will provide a laser that will be the starting line for the race. and then Kit will be the finish line laser at the other end. And the exact timing of this one is going to be interesting, because obviously there's going to be a certain amount of field spread depending on how quickly we get there. But it's going to be interesting, I'll grant you that. Kit, if you're not already on your way, could you make your way to the finishing line? I think Kit knows this course better than anyone else, having found it in the first place and made a video as well about it, which was very good. It's Alec Turner. Alec Turner, yeah, exactly, in terms of experience. So Alec Turner sort of made a small comment along the way, saying that he's not going very fast. I said, like, to be fair, it's a scouting video, it's not a racing video. So Alex used to like flying most of the way, but yeah, he is sort of the leading organizer for organised racing in the game, at least back in the bubble anyway, for a very good reason. Okay, I will be using the mining laser. They say that weapons are not usually permitted or in any way, shape or form within for ships within the PG private group, but being an organizer and this being an event, I can use the lowest powered laser possible for the start finish. So yeah, I'll move it slightly closer to the SRVs. That's a bit too low. Ah, wonderful. You move as close to that as you dare. I will turn it off before we get going. So anyone who's not already done so, move your way to the start line in your SRVs. Whoa, so someone just hit me. Someone just collided with me. I didn't do anything. Sorry about this. Spacecraft seems to be drifting down and I don't know why. I'll give it a bit more altitude, I think. 1 second. Sidewinder, be careful. Okay, what's going on here? Keep being pushed around, there's nothing going on. This is very weird. Someone's bashing into me. Is someone bashing into me from the outside? This is very weird. No, it's kind of strange because I don't have anything, don't have any of the auto systems on. My landing gear's up, so it's kind of behaving in an odd way. The gravity here is not that heavy, so it shouldn't drift down. What the hell is going on with this? Unless my control method is screwing up. I don't have a stick, that's the thing. Actually, I have a gamepad, so it's like it's either malfunctioning or there's something very odd going on. So it's like, yeah, there's very odd commands being sort of, it's just drifting around and I don't know why. But anyway, let's ignore that. Yeah, if everyone's ready to race, you say you will be racing toward Kit's laser, and I will be following you, just to make sure we're all on the right track and hopefully give some guidance. Sometimes if anyone gets lost, I can probably use a beam to help guide us to where we're going, but yeah, get as close as you can to the beam as you dare. And right, everyone, if you're ready to start, I will give the countdown. It'll be a 5 countdown rather than the usual 10 for space. So here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And they're away. A lot of crashing around. It's one of those days. It's almost like sort of watching, yeah, a sort of strange sort of cross between, like, I don't know, rallycross, horse racing, and yeah, maybe just regular rallying in a vacuum. Okay, so we're in the early stages of it at the moment. A few people are getting some good air there, I see. Well, it's not really air, but it's a vacuum, isn't it? They're flying nicely. This is always the thing about if you're playing sort of chase craft as I am at the moment. It's the trying to sort of keep tabs with people closely enough to watch them, but not so close I accidentally interfere. It doesn't happen often, but once in a while there will be a little bit of booping between myself and a competitor. But it's not intentional. I think this gully is pretty good as well, because obviously it is quite rough. It's much rougher for an SRV than it looks from a spacecraft. Yeah, Kit is 25 kilometers away, but that's in a straight line though. I think the actual total length of the course is longer than that. I think we started out, he was 27 kilometers away, so I think if we're talking about the actual total distance travel, I'm sure Alec will probably tell me because he's running ED co-pilot, it's probably about 32 kilometers, maybe more, from beginning to end. People coming up the rear. I mean, SRV racing is a whole technique unto itself. So obviously exploring and in an SRV is one thing. You do it at your leisure, do what you can when you can. But racing, yeah, the whole SRV flying thing is an important technique for it. I think most people seem to have some degree of proficiency in it, or at least they learn quite quickly. I can't say that I'm the most amazing SRV sort of pilot around, but I have fairly sort of basic technique for a racer anyway. Yeah, the old Scarab, it's like the first SRV design, isn't it? Only one of two that we have access to, but it is at times quite difficult to control. The gravity here is actually fairly high comparatively, like 0.64 G. I mean, compared to some of the places we go to, it's high. It's not high full stop, but it's not like, 7 G or something genuinely heavyweight. I'll now go accelerate towards the middle, maybe the front of the pack. You see, we're on a sort of, yeah, it is like a wall here. There's the terrain off to one side, and it's like we're on top of it. You can see it a bit better here. I will go to external cam in a second, but it requires a lot of compensational inputs to keep track with this one. I found the middle of the pack. Some 20 kilometers off of Kit's position. Probably more than that on the road. Okay. I think we're coming up to the first major turn. Yeah, we're on that sort of Yeah, it's a relatively straight part here. We're coming up to the first major turn to the left. So I'm just looking backwards now. Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Kit will show his laser into from the sky to the ground, so you should know where you should be aiming for. If you've lost your way, which is very easy to do. Surprisingly easy to do. So especially, yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Also, to be fair, your video was designed as a scouting video. It wasn't designed as here's a race course sort of thing. Yeah, exactly. Sure thing. Yeah. No, it provides a good sort of view of it, and arguably some entertainment in its own right as well, because you sort of get to see everything that's going on. And yeah, this is almost like an old school race course here. It's not quite like, you know, the sort of, you know, bigness extremities of Horizon sort of era, Horizon 3.0, but so yeah, that's right, it's 3.0. But it is somewhat akin to it, you know, in a smaller way, but still pretty impressive one way or the other. Yeah, that was explaining this the other day for people who weren't around in the Horizons era of Elite. It was just, there were more extreme and spectacular scenes in many places, and it was a lot easier to scout for events because of that. These days, you can find good places like this. They're just so much harder to come by. They're somewhat rarer. Exactly, yeah. I'm trying to work out whether actually I'm in the middle of the pack here, because the pack's spread out quite a bit now, or I'm near the front of it. But I'm not the only chase ship here, so we've got a couple of people. I think they're the leaders. Actually, no, there's another one ahead, so I will fly over to that. I wish we had better in-game tools to track people this way, because that's one of the long-term ones, I think, of racers everywhere. Whether there be explorers out here, ones in the bubble. It would be nice that in-game you could actually like track a bunch of SRVs across like a preset of coordinates. You know, like maybe 3 or 4, 5, 6 waypoints, etc., that you set in a game, that you put a little event within the game itself. Because this is all out-game, yeah, organising that we're doing for this. Or some people are using apps, as you say, like ED Copilot, but a lot of that is for sort of timed runs as opposed to racing simultaneously against a group of people, which is what we're doing here. Okay, this is a major turn. I think this could be described, this section, as the sort of the S's, because it's a left-right section. Yeah, left, right, left. No, I'm surprised actually. I just asked for silence a little bit at the beginning. That's fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair enough, yeah. Yeah. If I wasn't seeing anyone, I'd be more worried. The silence is less worrying than if I didn't see any people. I thought, what's going on here? Because that has happened rarely in the past, but it has happened. You know, it's like, oh, we've actually lost the trail of people. But I don't think we have at the moment, so that's good. I think I've got the main pack still. Yeah, I'm looking at that. Oh, someone's flying a fighter. I hope so, yeah. Ooh. Let's have a look. Makes sense. I can see a geezer ahead, geyser. I see an SRV also to the right. Or is that a fighter? Sometimes it's hard to tell at a distance because they're both quite small. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it is an SRV that I found. Yay. I think this part of terrain that we're in, the kind of main sort of, there's the final straight, but it's like the straightest part. Yeah, that's a bit easy to see people ahead. Though I am at an altitude of like 20, 30 meters. Here we are. Here's some more of the leaders. Cancel that landing gear warning. Oh, here we are. I think this might be the leader coming through. I must admit, this might not necessarily have been the easiest ship to play chasing. It might be slightly overpowered for the job, but it's fine. I mean, the Red Orca that I frequently turn up at meets. In some ways, it's almost like a default meet ship, but then I sometimes, having flown in a Mandalay for a while and got used to the less powerful thrusters on that, I'm flying in the almost overpowered thrusters of the Orca, and it takes a bit of getting used to again. I mean, yeah, make it more controllable. Having said that, the most uncontrollable ship that I own is not this, but it's an Imperial Eagle that's a racing ship. But that's just basically a dragster that you happen to sort of like turn around at certain points, and every time it turns, it's a whole new adventure. No, we'll be doing a return leg once everyone's reached the finish line. We've got a few minutes to do that. Who's asking, sorry? Are you in the instance with us at the moment? Okay. Yeah, you have to be in our instance somewhere to do that. So yeah. When we come to the finish line, we'll try and wing some more people in, and yourself included. Yeah. Yeah, it's very easy. At a distance, they do look... A low-level fighter looks very similar to an SRV doing some flying, so SRV is slightly smaller. That's the thing. Yeah, that you do see the light often before you see the actual vehicle. So, yeah. When I say the light, it's often light of the thrusters, not the actual like SRV lights or anything. Yeah, there's a hill to climb here. Yeah. I'm just climbing towards the top of the hill so that I can see them coming upwards. Is that a fighter coming through? It looks like it is. That's not an SRV. Yeah, a well-piloted SRV that has a lot of air time, it's time in the air, I should say, is sometimes indistinguishable at first glance from a fighter, just because you see this thing with lights in the air. Yeah, I think I have one as well. Yeah, I think that Sidewinder's next to it. So yeah, I think that's the leader. I think we have them. Mm-hmm. Well, anyone who's made it this far, this fast, you're doing well. This is not an easy course. I think a few people actually were saying this last hill climb part was actually quite tough, so yeah, it's well done to anyone who's made it this far. I haven't had anyone go boom so far. Okay, so the finish line awaits, I think. Yeah, I think that Sidewinder is just in front of the leading SRV, that, as far as I can tell. Oh, is there someone ahead of there? I think there's someone ahead of... No, that's it, they're just... Okay. Ooh. R.I.P. Commander. Whoever that was. Yeah, I can see a bunch of people coming through. I'm in a red Orca. Right. Kid, I'm correct in thinking the Fumor is actually the ultimate endpoint, isn't it? I think one commander's already passed us as far as I can tell. I'm not sure about beyond that. Oh, there's a bunch coming through now. I think I'll set up a laser just to indicate. I don't know. There was quite a few people. There's at least 20. I didn't actually get a head count, but it looked about that many. think particularly as a finish location, this is really cool because obviously you've got these sort of fumaroles, and then you also got these kind of mounds as well. You're very close there, Commander, in the SRV. I had to stop the laser for you being cut in half. To be fair, I don't think you probably would have been in the SRV. It's a mining laser, so it probably wouldn't have done that much damage. Yeah. Mine was actually in the air. This SRV went so high, it came towards my laser, and the laser's like halfway up the mound. So yeah, they were going very high. That's why I had to sort of like turn it off for a second. I think someone just... Yeah, this is the point. I'll turn the laser back on just so people can see at a distance. So who do we think actually was the winner? Because it was very hard to judge it though. Is anyone still out there on the course at the moment? Cool. Yeah, I'll keep the laser going for that. Sorry if I can't answer any questions at the moment, chat. It takes all my concentration to actually be able to fly this craft, and also like keep an eye on everyone at the same time within the game. But say a lot of these distant world streams for events like this particularly are going to be just you're sort of seeing what's going on in the game rather than me actually talking to a wider audience, because I know obviously during the launch stream there was a combination of, you know, seeing the instance that I was in and also talking to people in chat, answering a lot of questions, and I try to do as much as I can of that. But obviously with a lot of these on expedition events the time is somewhat limited, though I'll try and go through as many as I can at the end. So yeah, we endeavour to keep people informed as best we can. Let's go to external cam to see what's going on. Okay, we have quite a few finishes already. I think people did an excellent job. Yeah, that's not an easy course, especially if it's like the first SRV race you've done. Well done, because that's actually a relatively tough one. Wouldn't you say, Kit? SRV's like trying to jump on my nose, or just like wanting to be cut in half. They won't be cut in half by the laser, I don't think, but I don't want to risk it. Yeah, I can see Kit's laser over there. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have put mine on as well. That's probably a bad move. Confusing people by accident, but yeah. Yeah. But it's a pretty place, this. Let's have a look what's going on here. We've got the yellow Taipan. So, nice little SRV picture. Cool. Nice. Yeah, there's a few people recording ships as well. Awesome. Yeah, this is quite a good location actually for anyone rendezvousing, because you've got like the thermals look like little campfires. Those are always great to see. Well, some of them look like campfires anyway, I should say. I think there's part of the cycle that they do. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. We're going to do the same in reverse, so yeah, there'll be an opportunity in the next sort of 5 or 10 minutes once we're sure that everyone has actually returned from the first race. I can't see anyone over at this angle still coming in. How about you, Ken? Mm-hmm. Good evening. Okay. Yeah, we are at the finish line of the first race, and we will begin the second one in a bit. So if you want to join us, you'll have to come into the instance via a team invite or ring invite, probably. Yeah, but we're at the end of part of it. Just look on the map, and you'll find out where we are. You can see it from miles away. Look at this place. It's one of the easiest events to navigate to visually, because it's very distinctive terrain. Because there's some places we go to that, to be fair, like, you know, moonscapes that are just very grey and don't have that many features, that like coordinates matter a lot more. But here there's quite distinctive features. I think so, yeah. Yeah. It can be done, yeah, 100%, yeah. Yeah, I think it always helps if you've got like distinctive terrain. Yeah, in any era of the game. Let's look at the interesting paint schemes. I like the golden one. That's golden. It's not yellow. Yeah, it is the golden one. I like the SRV campfire thing. I don't know how long it would take to go on foot. We'd probably be here for a few hours, I think, if we did it on foot. I don't recommend this one as a foot course, I really don't. Just because of the time factor. If you want to do it by yourself, then... Okay. Do you mean the descent from orbit animation, the glide animation? Okay. Sometimes it does right itself, give it a while, but if it hasn't done so in about a minute or two, then yeah, there's not much that can be done about that, I think, other than sort of re-logging. I mean, we're not going to move for a little bit, so try that and see what happens. Yeah, it's difficult to know what else to suggest other than that, because those kind of bugs are just annoying, because it's happened to everyone at some point. And it's just irritating, especially when you want to do something. And you know... Yeah. And one thing, keep in mind, everyone, that if you're friends with as many people as you can, it increases the chances that you can get into a particular instance. because the game looks to that as one of its prime indicators for instancing. It's like it tends to put people who are on each other's friends list together as best it can. So yeah, that's why we always advise everyone to friend everyone else. Awesome. There you go. Cool. Right. Ah. Actually, Kit, small change of plan. Could you do the same thing again, except for you move to the original point, the new finish line, and I do the start here, if that's alright? Ooh. Is there another instance here? Surprised. Okay. Try relogging again from the menu. That sometimes does it. But if you can't, then we'll just have to bring you in via team again. Okay, right. Couldn't they be winged in? Was there a problem? Oh, I see. That's fair enough. Yeah, that's the thing. Was like it's usually quite difficult to sort of start winging people in once we're on the move, because obviously we're concentrating on flying the ships at that point. Yes. Oh, 100%, yeah. Yeah, we've all been in those kind of situations where, yeah, everyone's trying to get in. It's just the limitations of the game, the instancing. The fact that the teams are so small. It's like they released that, what was it, feature in about, I don't know, 2016 or something, for 4 people in a wing or a team. And it's still only 4 people all these years later. It's like, that's strange. But for some reason it still remains. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that should be the case. Yeah. That's probably the best move, I think. I'm going to set up a horizontal beam here in a second at the mound, so that we can do that. So, okay, bear with me a second. Somebody. Yes, everyone friend everyone else as best you can within the group. I'm trying to do the same right now. Just increase our chances of everyone being instanced for everyone else. Who's asking? Okay, I will see. As always, if anyone recognises a particular commander or has them on their friends list already, and you're not in a team or wing, can you try and bring them into the instance if you can? Let's have a look. Commander Hugh Walker, that's the one. Yeah. No worries. Hugh's now in Super Cruise in a team with me, so that's cool. Right, so yeah, the plan is to do the same as before, just in the reverse course. I will be the start laser here, and Kit will be doing the same. The where we came from, really, where we first started the evening, the landing zone, as we refer to it. Okay, Greaves. Okay, I wish you luck with that, Commander. It's good to see you. See you later. Okay, Greaves, I will try and bring you in as well. I can't see you on here. Did I send you a friend request earlier, or did you send me one? Oh, you are, Greaves, sorry, I just... Oh, it says unreachable. I think someone else has sent you a request already, by the looks. Oh, now it's gone to normal. I've sent you a request, so hopefully that'll work. Yeah, oh, there you are, go. Yeah, this is always the thing, is like, it's the most frustrating thing, one of the most frustrating things in the game, is that you've sent a bunch of invites to people for a team, and they're just not receiving them. And, you know, it's difficult because there's nothing anyone can do about it. That's just the way the game is, unfortunately. And then, yeah, say somebody else might, in the same instance, just invite them and have instant success. It's very strange. Okay, we'll let Hugh and Greaves make their way here. But anyway, anyone who wants to race in SRVs, make your way towards the laser and the red orca. Yeah, a lot of people like to climb on the red orca, I've noticed. It seems to be a target for people climbing on more than most ships. I'm not really sure why, because it's not very flat on the top. At the very top in the middle, I suppose it is a little bit, but it doesn't seem like an obvious ship. But it's not the Caspian or one of the sort of, you know, flatter ships at the top, which you can probably ride more easily. Yeah, I think I'll move slightly to the left towards the SRVs. Hope I'm not actually crashing into anyone. Don't accidentally squish anyone on the way. Okay. We'll give it about another 5 or so minutes and then see how we are. I think Kid has reached the other end. Okay, yeah, as always, once you're into an instance, it's best to leave the team that you're in, unless there's a very good reason otherwise. But like most of the time, it's like, yeah, you're in an instance, whether it's on the surface or in space, it's best to just, you know, free the team up so other people can get in. If everyone sort of helps to bring people in, it just makes it a lot quicker and a lot easier. As long as you're in the instance of the person that that you want to be with, that's the main thing. And then bringing people in should be quite straightforward. I say that with fingers crossed, because it's just the nature of it. Wonderful. Cool. I was asking why the stream is 720. It's because I don't have a cutting edge computer. That is a good question. It's, as a rule of thumb, it's better for a stream to be in slightly lower resolution but to have a reasonable frame rate than to be like at high res and have like about 5 frames a second. So yeah, that's where it is. Okay, let's go to external for a moment. Everyone's lined up nicely. See the sidewinds inspecting them. Anyone who wants to race, please assemble. Seem to have lost a few people. I'm sure there was more at the start. I hope they're not lost. If anyone's out there and you're still lost, that Caspian's a big ship, isn't it? Probably, yeah. 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 Okay, we'll give it another minute or two, but then we'll get going. But yeah, it's just like where will that's a better number of SRVs now. But I'm sure we had like double the number at the start. Because if some of them had died, they'd have probably got back to a position by now from their ship. Because most people usually have like a 2 SRV bay. I think we've lost some people along the way. I don't know if just instancing collapsed or something for them, or as you say that they got lost. Or yeah, that's a shame. That's annoying. That's a real pain actually, because we don't usually lose that many people. I mean, there's usually there's sometimes 1 or 2 people, but not half. That's annoying, you know. That's happened to more than one person today. That's annoying. Yeah, that's very strange, actually. It happens to one person is one thing, but it's happened to multiple people today. I'll mention that to Frontier when, well, next time we get any kind of contact with them. Because, yeah, the launch day, like, went very well, but we're getting instancing issues here that aren't even normal ones. Like, the weird thing about the SRV thing being stuck is, like, or crashing the game. That happens usually kind of once in a while normally. That's unusual. There's been about 3 cases today at least, and that in this instance. 13 races now. Yeah, I think so. Okay, right. I think we're ready to go then. Cool, right. Okay. Right. This is essentially a repeat, they say, of the first race, but we're about to get going for that one. Kit will be the destination and the beam at the other end for the finish. But yeah, it's the same in reverse. So the beam will start here for the SRV race. It's going to be interesting because the first bit will be downhill rather than like up at the end. So I'll see what happens with that. Some people might tumble over. There's a good chance of that. Okay, if everyone's ready to race, who wants? Let's get ready to rumble in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And they're away. Yeah, especially this first part of it, it's we're not moving all that fast. It's not like a fighter race game where it's sort of over in in a few seconds. It's like end to end. It's just literally a matter of seconds. SRV races, at least, there's a certain amount of patience involved. I mean, there's definitely a lot of skill involved in fighter races. Don't get me wrong. I mean, for SLF races are different again, you know, because SLFs are more like disposable, so people will fly more recklessly with them. Actual ships, even if they are quite cheap ships, or racing ships, like small, like Eagles and the like, yeah, that they're still sort of a bit heavier, and it's a skill, definitely. Okay, right. Have you seen the map of the event? Have a look at that, but except for one end is the landing zone, and that's where we're racing to, and where we are now and racing from is the original finish line. So it's like the normal race in reverse. So yeah, something like that. Yeah. I mean, you should be able to find us because there's a bunch of SRVs and ships flying after them. Like, there's an Orca, a Sidewinder, there should be a Taipan as well. I think also... Oh, cool, yeah. Right, okay, we're approaching the edge. Not of a cliff quite, but definitely of a steep hill. This is going to be interesting. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, Greaves is a very serious racer though, so it's like I'm not surprised he's very good. Greaves will also be yeah. Greaves will also be creating some races for us in DW3 from next weekend onwards, as I think Alec Turner's going to be involved in some of that as well, as he has been already, to be honest. You're too good for them, Greaves. Okay, there you goes. It's like the best boast for the winner of this is I beat Greaves in a race, yeah. Yeah, I think the leading one is ahead somewhere. Trying to relocate the leading SRV now. I think it's somewhere up here. I may be wrong, but I think it is up here. Yeah, it's very undulating terrain here. It's definitely a challenge. Ooh, a bit too low myself. A bit crunchy there. Am I actually ahead of the leading racer now? I think I might be. Or am I? Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah. I think I heard somebody along the way. I didn't see it though, and someone said they encountered a burned out SRV. So yeah, we seem to have had some casualties. Plus, we're missing some people, so I'm kind of only assume they either went bang or lost the instance. I'm not really sure which, but yeah, there've been surprisingly few casualties. Yeah, and this one you would have thought actually there'd been a lot more. But then again, you know what it is? I think for people like rocking a hard place, like people think that's an easier course, therefore they probably push it out a lot more. That's my theory anyway. Right, okay, I think we should be around the leader about this point. Have I overshot or undershot? As you do. Yeah, it's got a large sort of explorer ship, isn't it? It's got a certain surface area. Okay, no, I was going to say what you want. It's not quite that bad, but I know what you mean. It depends which one you put on, I suppose, doesn't it? As you say, if it's a lower rated fuel scoot, then yeah, I suppose that's going to happen, but yeah. Something like that. Yeah, I must admit, I have flown. I think I've lost the leader at this point. I'm not actually seeing anyone. Okay. Yeah, I did wonder if I'd overshot. Yeah, I think I see movement. Oh yeah, I see one coming through here. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few people coming through. Yeah, we're at that turning section. I'm going to follow forwards now. And near the yellow tire pad again. See that pink exhaust a long way away. Here we go. Yeah. Well, this is what I was saying earlier. There's no in-game way of being sure who's actually first at any particular point. You just have to pay close attention as you can, and you know, in some ways it's almost like the best guess, or the person thinks that they've won. Most cases usually has. So this RV has got stuck for a second. Okay, see who we have following up. Sorry. Yeah, the lead is quite a way ahead of everyone else. Yeah, I can see Kit's laser ahead. Yeah, I think I'm on the track as well. Going to the finish to see who we can find. I've seen more of the Taipan than I have the SRVs on this particular run back. I think there's a lot of mid-pack bunching in this one as well, as far as I can tell. Nice, we could have like a tracking software there we could like follow exactly where they all are, so we know who actually won, second, third, etc. But also the fact that we know how like spread out they are, or if anyone sort of dropped off a cliff or whatever. Yeah, exactly. Oh hell yeah. That'd be wonderful. Oh yeah, yeah. I get the impression that it's only not happened because the fact that there's nothing we can track in game. I don't think the API gives enough information to be able to do that for a whole bunch of people. It's an unfortunate thing, really. Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised it hasn't happened, to be honest. Yeah, they could do that. We have one coming up here now. The side one coming through first. Yay, someone's coming through in the air now as well. I was going to say, it's like, the only downside of these sort of longer SRV courses is because there's more field spread. People, it's more difficult to sometimes track who's where, and I think we might have literally just lost people to instancing, which is really horrible and like against what we're trying to do. Even if people like, yeah, here he comes now. It's a Commander Edstorm. We have a winner. Let's see who else is coming through. Actually, let's do that. Let's zoom in. Yes. Ah, there you are, Commander. Well done. Ooh. Greetings. Yay, second place. Nice. How you going? Questions also in the chat. Is it DCS jumping tomorrow? It's like that is the plan for the carriers. All the carriers apart from Pillar will be jumping tomorrow, Monday. Pillar will be staying back a day till Tuesday. I'll double check that later, but I think that is the plan. Good luck with the Metal Eat the World of Death. That sounds cool. It's basically the camera ship anyway, so you know. Asking if can they join it's late. It's probably a bit too late now. We're like an hour and a half in out of 2 hours. We're probably heading to orbit in the not too distant future, so yeah. Having said that, if you want to join in some events, there's the North American, sorry, America's ones later on that will start at midnight UTC. If you want to wait up that long, if you're in Europe or if you're in the Americas, it's exactly the right time for you. All good. Golden Beluga surprising us. Just hanging there gracefully. Hopefully talking about an SRV, not a ship. What did someone just shout out? Is anyone else still racing out there on the course? Okay, fair enough. Oh no, I don't like that odds. You can repair as you go. You can repair as you go along though. Yeah, exactly. Ah, rest in peace, SRV. That's a shame. You tried, and it's very easy to kill an SRV. I mean, they are pretty flimsy, aren't they? Ah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it for people coming in. There's a lot of SRV fun going on here. And a Sidewinder sitting on top of me for some reason. If anyone else has enough time or is in like the America's time zone, there's obviously those events will be starting at midnight UTC, and so you can have a second helping of fun in this course or another one, because there's 3 other events that are going on. I say 3. There's 3 locations. The SRV NASCAR stroke Demolition Derby stroke Cliff Jumping is kind of 3 events in one, but they're all quite short events. That's why there's the 3 of them together in like the one super crater, really. You know those huge craters you sometimes see? So yeah, I don't know what else to call it than a super crater, to be honest. Okay. That would be a hell of a thing to pull off. You'd have to work out such precise timing for it, 'cause you'd have to get everyone down, then probably wait a while. I think so. It was a difficult thing to arrange. That's why we didn't do it. We thought this is just going to kill so many people just trying to get them onto the surface, and we'd end up just being a death fest basically. So it would be hard. You know, it's not impossible, but it would be really hard to pull off. You know? But to be fair, you know, the Waypoint systems across the expedition, a lot of them will have meetups in it, but not everyone. Because like this one, sometimes the Waypoint system itself has something spectacular in it, but it doesn't really have anywhere we can actually have surface events on it. But it has like obviously enough of a draw to be called a waypoint. Like this is the centre of our activities where the carriers are parked, etc. But yeah, it's a lot of the time there will be these events that will happen in peripheral systems near the waypoint, just because there's better sites. You know, this is a very good example of that. But yeah, for modern SRV racing, I think this is about the good a site you can get for like a point-to-point race. So, well done, Kit. You've selected a course that seems to please everyone. The Explorer casual racers and the more serious racers out there, the Alec Turner and the Greaveses of this world. Yeah, in a second, I will be heading to orbit to find our spot to do the mass jump and then start winging people in for that. As always, at the end of an exploration event, we have a traditional mass jump, so people who like the launch will hopefully like this as well. It's on a slightly smaller scale, of course, but it can still be pretty fun. SRVs and that Sidewinder trying to ram me, I'd move clear if I were you because I'm about to take off. Give you fair warning. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to warn him. It's like, I don't think I'll crush you, but be careful, Something. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take off now. So, but yeah, I'll start winging people in a short while. Just bear with me, because the aim is to, as always with these, it's about a 2-hour sort of event usually, and we tend to aim to jump around like 2100 hours for the European events. But say it's not like a rigid timetable like the launch was. But yeah, but I'll see you guys in about 5 or so minutes. Corvettes are pretty cool. I mean, off the top of my head, I've seen lots of them with like 30, 35, 40 range. Depends how much stuff you put in it, I suppose. Yeah, that's fair. No, stay where you are. I'm trying to unpick a site where we can do that. Just bear with me for about 5 minutes, then I'll start winging people into that. But I'll form the core of it fairly shortly. So yeah, this is kind of like the standard practice, more or less. Like the leader or co-leader of an event will go off and sort of find a cool place, a cool path, because you can scout these to some degree in advance, but you can't always. Like a lot of the time, the planet moves, the star moves. It's sometimes just best to do it this way. But yeah, bear with me, and I'll catch you in about 5. Okay, okay, Kit, I'm in position now, so you can move up from the surface. Cool. You can tell Kit's a veteran of all these because he's already in Super Cruise ready to jump. Ready to drop, I should say. I was explaining to a few of the organisers sort of recently who quite like the jumpy bot for organising mass jumps. I was saying it is cool, and you know, individual jump leaders can use it definitely, but nothing is actually faster than a bunch of experienced commanders who have been flying together for a while, because obviously they get used to being able to sort of sync up in a group and instance quite quickly in space, so you can do it incredibly quickly if you're all sort of, you know, used to it. Obviously the instancing has to be pretty good as well. I mean, that varies from week to week. How was everyone's launch day experience then? Because I heard a few people talking about it earlier. Oh yes, we couldn't get the instance for the liftoff. That would have been impossible. We'd have been there all day trying to instance people. Yeah, I like that as well. Yeah. I'm glad, yeah. It's like, that's the way that it should be, really. That's what we hoped it would be anyway. Because obviously there's like, what is it, 8,700 now, something like that, signed up? I haven't looked at the stats today, but, you know, with that many people down, you hope that you could just find someone, and you usually can. You just, like, you know, go into FleetCom, and any time of day or night, you can usually find somebody there or thereabouts. You know, if you really want to, you know, organise with people. I see people doing that as well, you know, in the community voice chats as well. I see a lot of people, like at all hours of the day and night, actually, talking to each other. I assume that they're probably in game as well, like doing stuff, or at least talking about what they might do in game in future. And you can't drop out on the way because normal. That's strange. How on? I'll try and bring some other people into the team just so that, yeah, so we're trying to do that now. Nearly winged in Zoya, but she's not here today. She's elsewhere. Probably one of the instances. If we are, I'll move, but I'll, you know, we'll try from here anyway. I don't think we're too many people. That's the thing. Right, I've got Greaves now in my wing as well. Yeah, as always, when you get into the instance, and try and leave the team as quickly as you can, and then try and wing in other people. It just makes it quicker and easier for everyone. So yeah, I've got a full wing now, so those people should be here quite soon. But no, you're right, Kid. If we can't make it, then I'll move away from the surface a bit more. It's just a good angle here, that's all. Yeah. I mean, for, yeah, in advance, the jump system is the Waypoint system, so yeah, that's an easy one to recall. Yeah, that's always It's like not all the time mass jumps are going to be to the waypoint, but if we can do that, we'll often. That's the way. Because again, sometimes with line of sight, sometimes you can't get the line of sight right, so you'll pick another system. But yeah, it depends on how close you are, and but this is close enough, so I think we're fine. Okay, so has anyone... No one's dropped on me yet. Okay, if this keeps up, I will have to just move further away. Yeah, from the surface. They're all in the full wing at the moment. Yeah. Yeah, there should be somebody here. I can't see anyone... I can't see anyone else other than just the team signal, so that's a bit weird. Yeah, I'll try that, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll try. Yeah, try dropping it Kit, yeah. Yeah. I think I'm in the right instance now. I think I've dropped on Kit and... Yeah, Hugh Ward Greaves. So that's right then. Okay. I'm going to leave the wing in that case. Leave team, yeah. Hey Tom's Galaxy. Long time no see. How are you doing? Cool, cool. That's what's always cool about these expeditions. Like you get to see people you haven't seen in ages, meet new people, hopefully make new friends along the way. That's what we're all about. Cool. I'm trying to do that now. That's true, yeah. already in a team. Commander Zero Access if you're here. Yeah, I'm just trying to compare it to like the list of people who were in the DW3 events voice chat and the ones who are sort of here in the list as well. Yeah. If anyone hasn't friend requested me already, please do so. And anyone else also here simultaneously in this event today. So yeah, that's all good. Okay, who else do we have? Right, it's a nice ship, yeah. Nice. Cool. I'll try and add Ed Storm if I can. I've got Ed Storm in mind now, so he's coming in. Yeah. Cool. Right, cool. I can see if I can find you. If you've not sent me a friend request, please do. Has anyone just sent me a friend request of a bunch of symbols? Is that the nearby carrier owner? By chance? The one... I think I'm going to decline that one for now, because I don't know who that actually is, and I'm... Were they? Okay, oh, maybe it's a similar bunch of symbols. That was like somebody else I'm thinking of. But yeah. Okay, that's fair enough. Okay. Cool. So I think I've got Edgestorm in Super Cruise coming in. Is there anyone else who needs... Okay, so I don't think we've got anyone else who's incoming. I think everyone's here now. Awesome, okay. We won't make the jump exactly on the hour because we're a bit late for that now, but we will make it quite soon. Bear with me a moment. I will start the count in the next sort of 30 seconds or so. Stand by. And we're jumping to the Waypoint system, the World of Death system. Okay, sure. A minute is fine. That's not a problem. Right, I'm planning to jump at 21:02 on the dot. So that's about 50 seconds from now. Yeah, this isn't like the launch, which is like everyone jumps on the hour, come hell or high water. It's not that regimented, but it's best to set the time. Awesome. Awesome. I hope you do, you know, when we get to the destination system, so yeah. 20 seconds, stand by. Spool up, stand by. In, ready for the count in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hit it. The mystery will be resolved soon. We're going somewhere exciting though. I must admit, for like a first meet-up sort of area, the World of Death is a pretty sort of dramatic one. The next one is maybe not as overtly dramatic, but it still has its interest and its charms, and we try to make it interesting everywhere we go, basically. There's usually something of interest to be found wherever we go. Ooh, here we are. Took a while for the Braven Tunnel to come through for me. Okay, that's a good point. If anyone, because the carriers will depart on Monday, so if anyone wants a quick trip to Colonia for any quick outfitting or ship buying, now's your time. Just make it back. I don't know, I have to look at individual carriers when they're jumping, but yeah, if you want a quick trip, now is a good time. Just, yeah, get back as quickly as you can as well. Cool. Yeah, I did the same as well. I did it a day or two ago, so just I bought myself for my main account finally the Type 11. I had it on my alt account, Type 11, earlier for ARCs, but now I just got one, you know, for cash in game, and outfitted it for the mining we will be doing at some point. So don't worry, we will be. That's a definite. You can now. There's only up 2 places that will sell them though. I think, off the top of my head, I think Jack Station will sell it to you, and I think also Colonia Dream as well. There's like 2 locations in the Colonia Nebula that will sell them to you. Having said that, you have to fly around a bit to a few different stations to get the different bits of outfitting. So yeah, I managed to get all the outfitting I wanted in Jack's and Colonia Hub, the surface station in the Colonia system. So it should be fine. Depends how much outfitting you actually want to do. I wasn't like maxing everything out. I was just putting like a solid bunch of stuff together. So it depends what you want to do. It really does. That's fair. I mean, well, that's the thing. I've also got a cutter for mining out here, and it's like I could use either one. It's fine, 'cause it's group mining anyway. So it's a case of it's just doing it together. As I've mentioned to lots of people along the way, I'm not a fan of mining by myself. Doing it in a group, though, is so much more fun. It's genuinely good. Those who've never done group mining before, it is actually surprisingly nice. It isn't obvious, but I think it's just a cooperation with other people and the light show of all the millions of lasers flying around, millions of limpets and things. So it's all fascinating. Yeah, you feel like you've got purpose to what you're doing. You're not just some random person out in a, in a ring just mining in a sort of bored way. Yeah, you are actually doing something with a purpose, and you're doing it with people. It always makes it so much more fun. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be at least 2 refills like that. We might even have a third, but it's definitely going to be at least 2. So yeah, because we are going quite a long way, so the carriers will need filling. We just put a notice up at the start saying that, please don't fill or don't donate to the carriers at the moment, because we will be doing that later on anyway. But we're just trying to make sure everyone does it together at the right time. But thanks for the spirit of the donations, though. The spirit is not a problem. It's just the practicality of please don't keep filling the carriers up, because otherwise, how can we mine for anything if the carriers are full? But here we are. Yeah, I'm looking at the White Dwarf. Cool. I hope you all had a good time. It's fun to host, and I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Cool. And thanks to also some thanks to Kit too, doing a great job. Yeah, and also for finding us this little gem in the first place. Oh yeah, it should be in the Discord. There's a channel for streams. You have to scroll down a little bit to find it. Let's see, what is it actually called? But yeah, there's a whole channel with people posting streams, and it should be there. I tend to do these only once a week. I might do some Saturday stuff in future, maybe, but at the moment it's just the official Sunday events. But yeah, it should be in the Discord, so I'll double post it anyway in the announcements, I think. But anyway, I'll have to wind the stream down now as well. And thanks everyone for being here. Thanks everyone who's been watching out there in the YouTube stream. I hope you've all been entertained at least by our sort of shenanigans today. And we will see you in the next one. Catch you later, everyone.